Thanks for joining me for today's short scale study. Today we're going to focus on building our tone and technique in the key of concert G minor. So let's talk about some of the names of the notes and the fingerings we're going to need for G minor. We're going to start with G, and then we're going to need our A natural, second finger, B flat, C, D, E flat, first finger, first valve. Now is where it gets a little challenging. We're going to need to also remember our F sharp fingering, which will make it harmonic minor. F sharp is 2 and 3. And then we'll end with a G, which is 1 and 2. So, got all that? Great. Let's start with our first scale, harmonic minor scale and arpeggio quarter notes. I've got my metronome set at 70 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, Now we'll move on to scale number 2, harmonic minor scale and arpeggio eighth notes. Remember that we're going to need our E flat, as that is the sixth note, E flat, then F sharp, 2 and 3, then G. 1, 2, ready. Now on to the minor chords exercise. 1, 2, ready, And the next exercise is called thirds. Be careful that you're playing your A natural, it's the third note, but play it with your second finger. And then we'll also need our first finger C, and B flat and high D are both open, and then that first finger is C. So that's just a review of the first few notes of thirds. Here we go, let's play it. 1 and 2 and thirds and go. Right. Now remember, you can pause, rewind, and play through these exercises again at any time. And that might be helpful for you to repeat them a few times within today's practice session. All right, let's move on to the chromatic pivot scale. Our pivot note today is D, first and second valve. Okay? We're also going to need a C sharp, which is a second and third. We're going to need our C natural fingering, first and third. We'll need our B natural fingering, that's in the third measure, and it's all 3 fingers. And then we'll need our B flat fingering, our A natural, 3 notes from the end, G sharp, first valve, first finger, the same as A flat. Let's do our chromatic pivot scale. And 1, 2, ready, Now we'll move on to the chromatic scale. I'm not going to review any of the fingerings for the chromatic scale today, but you can find them in previous videos, as well as in the fingering guide at the end of the book. Turn there if you need, and grab a pencil and mark some of the fingerings that are unfamiliar to you. That way when you go back and replay them, they'll get more and more familiar, and you'll get them under your fingers and in your brain. Let's do chromatic scale. 1, 2, ready. Great. Let's move on to the chorale. 1, 2, ready. So there you go. Concert G minor. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you'll consider playing through this exercise again, as well as some of our other advanced scale studies. See you next time. Keep practicing.